Hi everyone, I'm Chrys, author of the Disaster Crime series. In this video, I am discussing flaming crimes, book 4 of the Disaster Crime series and the most recent release. In this book, if you have seen any of my recent YouTube videos or even my guest posts when the book came out, you will know that I have experienced a wildfire that almost took my childhood home, and every single fire scene in this story is based after something that I experienced. It's ripped right from my memories and put onto the pages, just changed up to make it a little bit more exciting, of course, and to change the players in it from me to Beth and Donovan. Now, when I was 12 years old, or even 11 or 10, I don't remember, I was in 5th grade, you can do the math, I was getting brought home from school by my best friend's father, and we made this turn that would point me directly to my home. And we saw a smokestack in the distance. And my best friend's father said to me, "It looks like it's right next to your house." When he said that, I just knew. It is. It is right next to my house. We were still pretty far away, but I just knew that he was right. And instantly, I was just full of fear, shaking and nervous, wondering about my family, not sure whether or not my home was even still standing. We got to my neighborhood, and my best friend's father came to my street, and he stopped right at the stop sign to talk to someone who was looking at the fire. And I turned and I looked down the street, and sure enough, the fire really was right next to my home. There were flames eating away at a pine tree right next to my house. And my terror just magnified at that moment. And I'm shouting at my best friend's father from the back seat, "What are you doing? Go, drive!" I did not want him to be talking to this neighbor. I just wanted to get home, and I was literally just a few houses away. Now, when he got done talking to the neighbor, he dropped me off at my driveway, and the flames were right there, consuming the lot next to my house. He speeds off to go make sure that their home is okay, and their home is quite a few blocks away, but still close enough that we didn't know how big this fire was or how far it had traveled, and fire can travel very quickly. So he wanted to go home to make sure that his home was okay and that the fire was not going to threaten his house. And I jump out onto my driveway. I see that fire, and I drop my backpack and I run inside, and my family is just scurrying all over the place, packing things, getting our pets. And I just remember stuffing some clothes and getting like my blanket and running back out to the car to put it into the trunk and just being terrified. I did not want to go back into my house because in my mind, if I went back into my house, the fire could start burning it, and I did not want to be in there. And I also was terrified for my family because they kept going inside, and I was seeing this fire just inches away from actually touching our home. And I was panicking. I was crying, just blubbering. And my mom told my brother to put me into the car with our dog, drive me down to the end of the street. And he does that. And I'm in the car for a short time until my fear just pushes me out of the car, and I'm standing in the middle of the road just watching what's going on. The fire trucks are not there yet. And I turn around and I see there's a group of neighbors just clustered together at the end of the street, just a few houses away from my house, where they can see my family struggling, running in and out, trying to save our belongings, save our pets, and they're not helping. They're not doing anything. They're just standing there staring at us and staring at the fire as it gets closer. And I literally yelled at them, "Why are you standing there? Why are you watching? Why aren't you helping?" And then right after I said that, a fire truck comes and turns down onto my street, so I have to get out of the way. And two of them, two fire trucks actually come, and a couple of brush trucks come. And right then, I'm relieved that the fire trucks are there, but still completely afraid because it's not over. It's just beginning. This fire can still burn for a long time, and it can and could burn down my home. And I'm standing there watching the firefighters do their thing. I'm watching my family still going in and out of the house. And I actually see a sliver, little, tiny little flame come to the end of the road, hop where it touches the asphalt in the middle of the road, and then bounces into the grass on the other side of the road and just spreads. I had never known that fire could do such a thing, that it could jump over a road. And when I saw that, I was just in awe of how lifelike fire is. And that's something that I tried to get into the story, how fire lives, it breathes, it eats, and it moves. It's very alive, more than anything. And in that part, I did, of course, put that into Flaming Crimes. Donovan sees the fire hop the road, and he does something I wasn't able to do. He actually goes over to the fire chief to let them know that the fire had jumped the street. Now, me, I was still a child. I had no idea what to do. I was just standing there in fear of everything that was going on and just dumbstruck, just watching, powerless. And it was a few minutes after that happened when I saw that flame jump the road when my best friend's father came back. He stopped the car right in front of me, and my best friend, she stumbled out of his car crying. Tears are just running down her face, and we hug in the middle of the road. Her father helps my family, to get our pets and to get belongings, and he even goes into the backyard to help firefight, like with my father and with the firefighters. And there's just so many people doing whatever they can to protect my home. It's maybe a half an hour, maybe 20 minutes. I have no idea. When you're in one of those moments, it could just be a minute and it could feel like an hour. Sometime after that, he brings me and my best friend to their house, and I'm stuck there with a couple of our cats just to speculate over what is happening. Is the fire burning my home? Is my family okay? Are our pets that they weren't able to get out yet, are they okay? And it wasn't until I came home that night that, I learned some more details, that two of our cats had run outside and run toward the flames. That night, one of the cats came back. She was actually pregnant and she was fine. But much later that night, when I had already gone to bed, the other cat came back and she was burned. And my family went to bring her to the vet. The vet treated her for the burns, and we had her home for a few days until she passed away on my birthday, which was just a few days after the fire. And that cat's name was Angel. And that is partly in Flaming Crimes, The cat survives, but there is a scene in there about a cat running away, and it's just like what my sister had experienced, where with the other cat that survived, what happened to that cat, and how my sister, the cat scratched her and ran. And that scene is in Flaming Crimes with Beth when she's trying to rescue a cat. There's other things too, that small things that I learned about later on that are also in Flaming Crimes, like a brush truck got stuck in the woods behind my house. And I never, saw that or witnessed that, but I was able to use my imagination to imagine what that would have been like and created a scene for it. And I did the same thing for a firefighter getting burned, which really happened. Yeah, there's, like I said, almost every single fire scene is taken directly from my real life, but I just changed it to work for the story and to work for my characters. I wanted to do a short little reading for you to so you can see something that I just told you about and how it's in the story. Beside him, Beth had fallen silent. They were miles from home, but the closer they got, the closer and darker the smoke plume became. It stretched across the sky, carried by the wind, like a leaping lion. Donovan stared at it, and he knew their current nightmare was happening. Beth, it looks like it's right next to our house. The next chapter begins. Beth's heart clenched at the sight of the smokestacks, as if a fist had driven through her chest and was squeezing the meaty human drum, paralyzing it. She gripped the door handle. The faster Donovan drove and the closer they got to home, to those tiers of billowing dark smoke, the more anxious she became. Donovan's words replayed in her head. It looks like it's right next to our house. Her heart woke from its coma and punched her ribcage like a boxer attacking a speed bag. Perspiration dampened her underarms and slicked her palms. Please, God, no. I can't lose my home again. I'm going to stop there because this video is already getting pretty long. And as you can see, I had to get in the quote that my best friend's father said, "It looks like it's right next to your house," because that is something that has replayed in my memory to this day over and over again. Thank you so much for watching. I hope all of you stay safe during fire season, wherever you are. Be careful. Thanks for watching. Bye.